Welcome back to Peeking into Success. This is episode 12 of the podcast. Today we have 5 young lads from Derby that have formed a band. You probably all know them by now, as they had basically a sellout tour earlier in the year and they're known all over Derby. So today we have on Marseille. Hi guys, so of course you're the band Marseille. We're going to go round, everyone's going to say their name and the role in the band that they play.
Yep.
So
I'm Joe, lead guitar.
I'm Lennon, I play rhythm guitar.
Yeah, I'm Tom, I play the drums.
I'm Will, and I'm the singer.
I'm Felix, I play bass guitar.
nice. So when did you have the concept of Marseille? Were you kind of all in different bands growing up, or kind of have you always thought, yeah, we're together, kind of childhood friends, formed a band and kind of gone through that way?
Well, basically, me and Joe we're probably the ones who've been friends for the longest out of everyone in the band, because me and Joe were friends at secondary school. We made mates when we were just walking back together because he lived near my dad and granddad. So we naturally got onto the topic of music and started chatting to each other, and that's when we started our first band called Concrete Skies. And Joe was on bass and I sang. So it's changed there because now Joe's on lead guitar. But basically, after that, it sort of was just like I wanted to do some music still, and I was looking to form a band. So I asked Joe if he was interested, and I asked him whether he wanted to play lead guitar, which he was apprehensive about at first, but eventually swung him round. And everyone else just sort of fell into our hands naturally. Like Tom finished uni, just as soon as we really needed a drummer.
Yeah, sort of Facebook.
Just fell in Facebook. That's how we found it.
Nice.
Lennon, we found at an open mic, and asked him if he wanted to play bass initially, and then Felix joined on bass. We moved Lennon onto rhythm, and then hey presto, you got the band.
Nice.
Wow.
So of course, as a band, who would you liken yourselves to? So if there's one person in the music scene, past or present, who do you kind of see yourselves likened towards?
It's changed a bit recently. Early, I'd say probably like the Stone Roses, some of the more Manchester 90s scene, but a lot recently it's more Merseybeat based. So like a lot of the Liverpool 60s bands, so like the Beatles, the Kinks, and just the Stones and bits like that. So we just take a lot of influence from older music.
Nice. And I mean, what I've heard of your music on Spotify, like I was listening to it last night and my eyes were closed. And I ain't gonna lie, like literally all I could hear was like Liam Gallagher. I couldn't get Liam Gallagher out of my head. Like it was like uncanny, the similarities. So I don't know, just yeah, the song, the singing and everything, it just sounded so Oasis to me anyway. Do you want to go round right to left again of who you liken yourself to the instrument or role that you play in the band?
Yeah, my influences, lead guitars, Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin. Recently, Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys, Pete Townsend of The Who. Just like quite big names.
Nice.
Just take influence from.
Well, you're pushing for greatness. So.
Yeah. I think I need to as a lead guitarist. I want to sort of get up there with one of the best, I suppose. I think a lot of people would like that, so it's my aim.
Nice.
I like myself to obviously like John Lennon because of my name, but also Brian Jones of the Stones because I played a lot of instruments, and I'm also into like playing other instruments than just guitar.
Nice.
So yeah.
Do you dabble for the band? So say for example, if they need someone to play a particular instrument, say for example like there's a bit of percussion or something that the drums doesn't offer, do you kind of jump in there and see that as your role, or?
I don't think I've done that yet, but
It's probably something more you're going to do in the future.
Yeah.
More like stuff like I want to get into like Indian instruments like sitar and stuff,
Oh, nice.
and
Okay.
like random stuff.
Fair play.
Whatever seems fun.
Fair play.
Drums wise, definitely, Led Zeppelin, John Bonham is a classic like influence to me. Modern days like Arctic Monkeys, Matt Howells, I think he's amazing. I try and base my stuff off him the most.
Right.
So all my playing's based off him basically.
Did you like their Glastonbury
I
performance?
thought it was very good.
Okay,
Yeah, I loved
nice.
it, yeah.
even though they changed their older stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, didn't mind it.
I saw,
Fair
I
play.
saw him in Sheffield a couple weeks before and I thought they were amazing. So
Oh, fair play.
I'll watch them anywhere.
Yeah, with me, it's more older people. It's just a mix, sort of. So with different elements of being a frontman, the actual frontman persona thing, I try to go for like a mix of Jim Morrison and maybe a little bit of Mick Jagger. Not too much because he's a bit over the top. But in terms of songwriting, it's probably more Richard Ashcroft, and then with vocals, it's probably Rob Harvey from The Music.
Nice.
It's kind of what I aim to be, because he's got a very good range and I quite like to sort of replicate that range. Not sound the same, but he's got a very good range.
Do you think, as a frontman, you're better live or recorded?
I don't know, because in recording settings you get to like all the levels are perfect, so you know exactly how you want to sound, and you can just sort of really belt it out on top of it and know exactly where you are. Whereas sometimes when you play live, you're getting drowned out by drums or something that's just a little bit too loud, and you might not be able to hear where you are, or maybe guitars. You're not free of me taking out on you. Yeah, but sometimes it's just like levels is a bit different when you play live. But when it's perfect, I'd say both are pretty good. Sometimes you put more energy into live performances when the crowd are up for it as well.
Nice.
I've got sort of like three main influences on bass. Number one is Andy Rourke of the Smiths. Number two is Alex James of Blur, and number three is Bruce Foxton of the Jam. And that's kind of it, really.
Nice. Do you feel, of course, as a bassist, you can portray your kind of defining yourself as a bassist? So being given the ability to maybe do your own riffs, and kind of there's bassists like, say, for example, Flea of Red Hot Chili Peppers, he kind of has creative control to kind of showcase himself as a bassist. Is that something that you feel you can do or want to propel towards?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got a few songs that sort of start on the bass and drum, and then there's like, on our last song on our sets live normally, State of Mind, it's got like a big ending and it cuts to the bass only for like a few seconds. It's just sort of, my chance to show stuff, so yeah.
Nice. So now moving on to, of course, you kind of mentioned singles as you've been going around. Kind of it all started with Forget It All. Kind of with the writing process, who takes lead, or do you all get together in a room like this and kind of go, yeah, this is what we're doing?
Well, that song was written when we were actually a three-piece, where it's just me, Joe, Tom.
Okay.
So that was sort of, obviously Tom doesn't really play any other instruments other than drums.
Just drums.
So he can't really add anything other than the beat. So me and Joe sort of attacked that one together, because I wrote in about 5 minutes and Joe only lives 5 minutes down the road from me anyway. So I just rang him up and said, I've got this idea, do you want to come around and jump it out? And within about 10 minutes we had a song. So we just recorded it, a demo of it, sounded great, and then we said, well, right, we're going to record this when we go to the studio. So Tom learnt it, and yeah, that's basically the story of the whole song. It's a very simple one.
Very quick one.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of the other ones.
And kind of, did you see the rise of it? So of course it's nearly on 40,000 streams. Did you see kind of it taken to the ground as quick as it has?
Well, to be honest, I don't really kind of get the hype around Forget It All, to be honest. I think it's a great song, but we've got way better songs than Forget It All. And I think the only reason why it's done so well is because it's under 2.5 minutes and it got played on Soccer AM, which obviously gave it a huge boost, and that's where all the listens have come from. But if you've only heard Forget It All by us, you need to listen to everything else, because that's just not that great compared to the other stuff. So it
just shows
get
like
on
variety,
it.
doesn't
It
it?
just shows
Like,
variety.
There's like so many unreleased songs that we just can't wait for people to one day hear, because we've just got a massive variety of songs, and it was great to see. It was great though to see Forget It All sort of on the rise. Like I remember when it was on Soccer AM. On Spotify for us, you can just see how many people are listening at the time. So each minute it was going up by like 50, then it went to 100, then it went to 200. It's like, it's great to see.
There was 1,000 people listening at once. At one
It
point.
was
Mad.
insane to see that.
Which was good. But yeah, with Forget It All, just listen to something else, please. I'm not going to complain, but we've got better stuff.
So of course that ties over nicely to you on about new stuff, the Freedom EP. So of course, how did that come about? Who had the creative control of it, and kind of where does it go from the Freedom EP? Kind of what's the trajectory from there?
Well, this, the EP was really successful for us. Like, it's obviously not quite Forget It All level, but it's been really successful, and all the views on YouTube have been like higher than we ever would have expected. Like, a lot of the videos have got well over 5,000 views, and that's good. And like, we probably weren't expecting that, to be honest. I'm not going to lie.
It's been received really well.
It's been
Like, more
received
than
really
what we
well, and I
thought.
think the tour really helped push it, because even when we did the tour, we were expecting to play to a few empty rooms, because we've been there. Everybody's been there, I think, where you go somewhere and you just play to a man and his dog. But you just really want to get out to new people, and the fact that we sold so many tickets and every venue was bordering sold out or was sold out, has been really good for the EP, and it's really done well.
So everything came at a great time, didn't it? So like, with the tour in March, and then having singles released, so we had Thinker, which has done really well as well, and the videos came out not long after, so it's all tied in together well, which is one of the reasons I think the EP has been received really well as well.
There's been loads of content for it, which has been really helping it grow and get the name far and wide. So yeah, it's just sort of building on Forget It All, because Forget It All was what gave us the initial success, so we just needed to build upon it, and I thought an EP was the perfect way to do it.
So is the creative control still with kind of yourself and Joe, or has the rest of the band, as they come in to make a 5-piece, got creative control as well?
I'd say it's a lot more collaborative now. In the early stage, it was like Will would come in with the bones of the song, he'd ring me, and then I'd have my guitar parts. But a lot recently, it's been a lot more collaborative with sharing ideas. I'd come up with a couple of ideas, and then we all bring it to all 5 of us, and then we all add our own bits. So it's like, oh, well, bouncing ideas off each other is one of the best things you can do, because then you have more unique songs, really. And that's how it's been a bit more recently.
Nice. Of course, you're on about your continued rise, and of course, I've seen in the shop, as well as kind of dotted around, especially Saturday, there was a lot of people wearing your t-shirts around. Kind of, how did that come around, the collaboration with Mr. Shaw, and of course, how do you think Saturday went for yourselves? Because I mean, it was jam-packed.
Yeah, it was just kind of a natural collaboration with Carl, because my parents, well, the way Carl found us was because my mum went to school with Carl, and they're friends with each other on Facebook. My mum once posted a video of me playing guitar, and Carl thought it was great, and he said, oh, I'll send him a shirt, and that's basically how the first connection with Carl came. And as soon as we started the band, we said we need a logo and stuff, we need someone professional to do it, and obviously Carl was the man that we called up for the job, and he's been so supportive of the band. He's done all sorts of merch for us, and it's sold really well. Everyone really it's been received really well. Like, everybody loves it. Whenever we post anything new, everyone said, I need to get that. People collect it, which is really good to see. It's great to see Carl's shop doing well on Saturday and having loads of people in. That's something that's more important for us as well. Like, obviously it's great playing to many people, but the success of Carl's shop is something that also means a lot to us. So we really want it to do well.
No, and it hasn't. I mean, when I went in on Sunday, there was 5 of your tops left, and that's it. So I mean, that just shows that you've got a big driving force, and the people come to see you as well. Now we're going to move on to, of course, career highs for yourself. So, shall we start again, right to left with you, Joe?
Okay, there's quite a few, but I'll stick to one at the moment. Biggest one for me is probably the tour we did in March. It was our first ever time like touring the UK, and we got to places we've never done before. So Scotland was a real highlight, and just being able to play in front of so many people when you've promoted it all yourself, you're having to push the tickets yourself, and seeing all the people come out to just see you play is just a great feeling, because it's like you're putting in the work and you're receiving stuff from it, and there's not really a better feeling than that. And then being able to do what you love, like basically a whole month of like eating junk food and just having a great time, it's just a massive highlight. I think it would be for most people. So that's one of my favourites.
How many people went on the tour with you? So of course there was you 5. Who else kind of came along for the whole tour with you?
It was just parents, because they're helping out with roadie duties.
Oh.
So like, we needed a van for like some of the gigs like far away, so Scotland or Guildford, we needed a van. So some parents came, our manager came to some of them as well. So
oh, nice.
That was it was just a great time. That's one of my favourites.
Sweet.
I'd say probably being on Stopper AM, because like hearing one of your band's songs on TV, I don't know if much else compares to that really. I mean, radio's good, but TV is like special.
A lot of people tune into TV now compared to radio, don't they? So it's kind of like that next platform for yourself. And I mean, social media does wonders for people, but of course, your older demographic, which of course your vibe kind of coincides with a lot of older people as well. Of course, TV's the way forward. So nice.
I think for me, obviously the tour was massive as well. But I really enjoyed playing Derby Arena, just playing at a stage and a place that big, which is a bit surreal really. But it was, probably number one tour for me as well, just how good it was, and each one being almost sold out and that many people there to see us is just a bit crazy really. But yeah, either one, then it's great.
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to have to be boring and say the tour as well. But to be honest, the way the band's growing and stuff, I think more highs is to come. Like, we had a TV debut on the BBC, like East Midlands Today, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, that wasn't that long ago. Things just keep getting bigger and better for us, and that's just great to see. So the tour was obviously, I just reciprocate what Joe said, but that was amazing, and seeing people that we've obviously never seen before, selling this many tickets in places we've never been before. It just shows that our music is reaching far and wide, and it's just brilliant to see and hear people sing songs you wrote in your kitchen or living room sang back to you. That's just crazy. It's just really, really, really encouraging and makes you want to do more.
Wicked.
A gig that will always have a special place in my heart is Derby Arena, as that was my first gig with Marseille, and it was just like so big because I've literally gone from doing like pub gigs a few months prior to like there. It was just like mental. But like the tour again, I don't keep going on about it, but it really was incredible. It's just no other words. But then recently Isle of Wight was like just fantastic. So yeah, it's the best thing I get to do it with these great people. So there you go.
I feel like Isle of Wight had a lot of Derby going over, which is nice. As I feel like at the moment, especially of course your guys with your tour, Derby. Opening more venues and kind of getting more people out there, and kind of you guys going out and doing this tour and going to places like Scotland or down to Guildford, you're kind of flying the flag for Derby, aren't you? So kind of if you're getting sold out gigs and kind of making people aware, it's kind of like Manchester in the 90s, everyone was obsessed with wanting to go there. If you guys are going out, selling out places, if you're doing a tour and you do Derby, like for example, Arctic Monkeys, as you mentioned earlier, everyone wants to go to Sheffield to see them. Yeah. Whereas, hopefully, the trajectory you guys are on, Derby will be the place where people want to flock to kind of see you on your tour. And I feel like that I can see that happening 100%. So we've done the highs. Let's go right to left again with defining moment for the band. Yeah. So personal opinion, of course. Everyone can have a particular moment that they have in mind. So whatever sticks out to you as changing the course for the band or improving you or anything.
Probably go to Lennon first. I might have to think about it.
Okay, and no, that's fine.
Think of something.
No, that's
I
fine.
might have to think about this one. I would say probably when Felix joined, because like that was the moment it's like the jigsaw puzzle kind of came together. Because like we were good before, but like Felix joined, and then it was like, all right, we're sound now, we're sorted. Yeah, and it just since then I think we just got better and better, and probably will keep getting better.
Nice.
So I'd say that was the moment I was like, yeah.
I think been on quite a few radio shows quite defining. I think we had on the BBC Top 4 thing with Martin Williams.
BBC Radio 6 as well.
BBC Radio 6, yeah, and then been on BBC Radio Introducing a few times. I think being on that stuff is really quite helps the band and quite defines how big we are there, or how we're pushing forward. I don't know really. But radio is up there.
And you did a live set for the evening show as well for Martin Williams, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, having that really is good for the band.
Yeah. Well, for me, I think it's hard to pin a point on a defining moment, but sometimes what you've got to do is, I know sometimes I personally get a bit down about it or whatever and think, oh, nothing's really happened, it just feels like we've not gone anywhere. But if you look back a year or so and realise where you were a year ago, you all of a sudden realise how fast things have gone. It's like a year ago I'd have been happy for the opportunity to even play a venue, and now we're doing a full UK tour. Or a year ago I would have been happy to even be playing on BBC Radio Derby, and we've been playing on BBC Radio 6. So you just need to sometimes look back and realise where you were a year ago to realise how far you've come, and that's kind of how you can realise what are your defining moments.
Nice.
It's a bit of an odd one for me because it was like, obviously like at Derby Arena when I first joined, that was like amazing. But then a real defining moment was actually, I think it's a venue called the Sydney and Matilda in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because obviously, I was in the band after Derby Arena, but I really felt in the band after like Sydney and Matilda, because it was like I got to know the lads a bit better, and then it just sort of didn't feel real for a while because I was like, oh, I'm here now, or heck. And then after that, I was just sort of like, I'm here now. It's cool. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just a nice moment.
And I mean, it shows with like kind of how you're all laughing and kind of how you get on with one another. Your rapport is kind of good, and I mean, saying we're kind of 2 into 3 into 5, that just shows that if you guys get on, then the music's just gonna get better, and the kind of live performances are going to be enhanced because you guys bounce off each other and kind of have a laugh and kind of understand what each other needs and wants. Joe, have you thought of one?
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, all good, great points made there, but I think I'll go off what Lennon also said. I think when Felix joined, that was when everything was complete. Then it's like this is like the final piece of the puzzle. Nothing else needs to change, and it's sort of onwards and upwards from here. It's just great to have Felix, and obviously they're all great.
I think how seamless it was. It just seemed like he'd been there forever as soon as he joined.
He just fit right in, and like the chemistry between all 5 of us, even though like there were a couple like musical differences, which is never an issue because that's what makes us unique. It's just like the chemistry and the way we all connect is just great, and like it's just amazing how quick it came. Really, in hindsight, it was brilliant.
That's good. I mean, it's always kind of, I bet it's hard trying to find the right person to fit, and I don't know if you tried to find other people before Felix, or kind of was there like trying testers of different people and people trying to do different roles, of course. Kind of that just shows that when you find the right people, it does just click, and that's the magic when you're onto something, because everyone knows a role, you all come across well. So I know even if I just had one of you, you'd still do the band proud, and you'd still big up everyone else. You're not going to put each other down, and you respect each other. And as you said, with the creative differences, sometimes that doesn't matter. I think that defines your music more, because if you all like different things, that's going to make a more unique style, isn't it? Instead of we all like one band, they're our favourite band, you're going to more likely replicate them than doing something unique which you guys are onto. Of course, you've mentioned Isle of Wight and your tour. Kind of what's the plan for Marseille now? So for the summer or for the end of this year?
Well, the plan is just to keep doing more gigs and stuff. I think we need to probably announce, maybe need to do a tour at some point again, just to sort of cover the areas we didn't do on our actual tour. Because I know a lot of people moaned about certain areas and us not coming there and stuff. And it was just like, still feel bad, so maybe do it at the end of this year or the start of next year. We'll probably just sort it out and stuff. And I know for a fact that we are going to release a single this summer, and it's going to have a couple of B-sides, so plenty of content again for everyone. So this time we're trying a different formula and putting B-sides on there, just so there's a bit more for everyone. There's much more chance of being added to playlists and people enjoying extra songs, which means more fans.
Definitely. Is there any festivals coming up? I know you've done Isle of Wight. Is there anything that you've got kind of in the mix for that, or is there anywhere that you've currently got booked that people can come and see you perform?
Yeah, well, we're always fully booked for gigs, aren't we? We're playing Duffield at Ice Habit Festival this upcoming Friday. We're also playing in Hull on the 15th of July. Yeah, we're playing Hull. That's going to be good at the Social, which is one of their main venues, which is going to be good.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got a lot, but I can't really remember them all.
No, that's completely fine. people will be able to find them on social media, and
Yeah,
you'll put them out there. We're kind of going into the kind of more thoughtful, slightly depressive bit of the podcast now.
Go for it.
So kind of going right to left again. What is one piece of advice that you'd give to your younger self? So put yourself in a maybe 5-6 year old situation. What piece of advice would you give yourself?
It's not like too musical, but I suppose you can relate it to it. Just like don't worry about anything. Just don't stress. Any stress that like I used to have when I was younger. Sounds like motivation now. We're getting really deep. It's never worth it. Like there's never a need to stress. All will work itself out in one way or another. And if something's meant to be, it'll sort of be. If you know what I mean. Just like it's not worth stressing about anything.
Nice.
I think that remains the same as now.
Sweet. I think that's a nice way to round it in any walk of life. So that's nice.
Literally the same as Joe, to be honest. Like, I was playing like pub gigs on my own, like at the end of 2021, and I was like, this is bad. And I was like, how am I gonna get out of this? And then like it just kind of like happened, and I had a feeling something was gonna happen, and then start 2022, I just, you found me somehow. And I was like, oh, it's alright, I don't have to do these rubbish gigs on my own anymore. So it just worked itself out.
There you go. So the other four have kind of elevated you, which is nice. And I mean, I feel like that just brings you on, doesn't it? And brings on your career. So as you said, you're on your own in pubs, and now you're doing what? Nearly sell-out tours.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's not. I mean, obviously, not worrying about things is always a great one. I think
Yeah.
mine's not as bad. Just try a bit harder at maths. Really. So I was very good. I probably could have tried harder. So yeah.
So if you went back, you would just slip yourself for the exam answers.
Just find the exam answers and pass them back, and we'll be all good.
No, fair play. I don't think you need it in music with
No,
where you're
yeah,
going, but
Yeah, nice to have it. But
there you go.
It's not a big deal, then. But yeah.
How old are we when we're going back and chatting to him? How old am I?
You can pick. I said 5, 6, but if you want to go further, you can go. You can bring it back to 10.
Maybe 5 or 6. I'd say knuckle down with football and become a footballer because it pays better.
Fair enough. Were you doing trials and stuff like that growing up, or no?
Kind of. I was at a fairly good standard, but I wanted to be a goalkeeper, but I was too small,
Oh,
so I couldn't be a goalkeeper. But I might just tell him to be a striker and just practice playing up front, and then you might earn a bit more money. I do love music though. I just love football equally.
no, fair play. Are you all Derby? Whoever supports football, is it Derby
Yeah,
or
Derby can't.
right?
I do
Sweet.
like Derby, but you follow it the most more than anyone in the band.
Yeah,
I'd
we all
say.
sort of mutually respect Derby. But
Yeah.
I used to be into it more like in 2014, 15, and then don't know.
This
Not got disinterest. I just didn't go to as many games, and then I just sort of I don't know. Something happened.
You're basically admitting that we became shit and you became disinterested.
you said that, not me. I didn't say that.
Felix, sorry.
Probably just to like chill out a bit because I just like worry about stupid stuff all the time. So I just go back and be like, look, it will work out. Don't worry, just relax.
There you go. And I feel like you're all very like calm and collected. Like how you're all sat, like you just chilled, and it doesn't look like you're
This is just the front. We're insane. We're all insane.
Moving on, it can be seen as somewhat similar to the question I've just asked, but is there anything that you do differently from what you've done in your life? So is there kind of a particular moment that you think of and think, oh, if I could do that differently, the trajectory would be different and you'd have a different outcome?
I wouldn't have had so many bad haircuts in the past. If I could do anything different, I don't know, probably sounds quite cliche, probably practice guitar more. Like just, I practice a lot now, but if I was doing what I do now like a year or two ago, I'd be much further ahead now, so just keep working at your craft, because then it'll take you somewhere and you'll just be the best at it. So I'd probably just do more. Not that I'm disheartened with anything now, I'll just do even more.
Just
Push
more
yourself.
earlier, you mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
Probably kind of a similar thing. I'd have probably like tried to learn more instruments earlier instead of just being a guitarist, 'cause I think it can get a bit boring. Not that boring, but like I'd have probably gone back when I was like 6. I'd have like learned a trumpet or something.
Fair play. You're into every instrument, I assume. If like I gave it you, you'd try and get by with it, which is cool.
I'm trying.
For me, it's probably I'd try and learn more like styles of music.
Okay.
I mean, the past few years I've been trying to look at more varied styles other than just like classic, just normal playing. So I'd probably go back and do it a bit earlier so I can learn more styles now.
Yeah.
Which will be useful.
Nice.
Yeah, I think if I went, like, if I was going to change something, I'd probably say just take your time and stuff, don't rush into anything. Because I think at times, I do think about it, that sometimes with this band, we rushed into stuff a little bit too soon. Like, we released songs way before Forget It All, but eventually got taken down because we weren't happy with them. But I would have just said, don't release anything because you're not ready. So just take your time, master your sound, get something completely unique, and then start releasing stuff. Because sometimes I do think that maybe we started a little bit too early and we just needed that little bit, like extra year or so without anyone knowing who we are, then had like a meteoric rise. That would have been better. It would have been more fun. But we're now getting to that point now where we have got our unique sound, and it would have been good to just sort of start now in the position we're in and just blow everyone away. So I probably would just say, just take your time, don't rush into anything.
Fair play.
Probably, I don't know. Probably wouldn't change anything because you just got to live life with no regrets, haven't you?
Fair play.
Also, because I really don't know what will change.
No, that's it.
Good message for everyone to take away.
Nice one to end it on.
Yeah.
So, you guys don't know these questions that I'm going to ask you. We'll go right to left again, so I'm really sorry you're put on the spot.
Oh, Christ.
There we go.
But we'll ask, this should be easy to answer. You should know an answer to it from the background you're in. So,
You made me nervous.
no, it's okay. So, go to karaoke song. So, if someone gives you the mic and you've got to go and sing a song at a pub, what are you singing?
My Generation by The Who. First one that came to my head.
Nice.
Hey Jude by the Beatles, because everyone can sing along.
I really like doing the Ghostbusters feed. Classic, I used to do when I was a kid.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Park Life by Blur.
And that just shows like the massive shift between everyone. We've gone from Ghostbusters to Hey Jude, which is like anyone could sing along to. So that's just mad. Festival or gig? So you can say to attend or play at. Which one you'd rather?
Gig.
Gig.
I'd probably say festival.
Yeah, I'd rather have a gig because you're all about you.
Nice.
Festival.
Nice. Go to meal. So say we've got a chef here. He's going to make you whatever you want. What are you asking him for?
Solid burger and chips.
Nice.
It's got to be brilliant though.
Probably like a roast dinner, something simple, something not tiny.
I'm quite partial to a nice steak.
Nice.
Probably go for a nice chicken tikka masala.
With Lennon on this Sunday roast.
Sunday roast.
You mean
Hey.
gravy type person?
I am.
aren't you?
Don't really spice that well.
What's your favourite venue you performed at?
Rescue rooms in Nottingham.
Nice.
Or that'd have to be the Cavern.
Yeah, probably the cabin as
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say Rescue Rooms in Nottingham.
Airy Dog, Derby.
Nice. Got a Derby one in there. So going from your favourite to your dream venue to perform at.
It's another Nottingham one, but Rock City. It's such an iconic place.
Nice.
Wembley.
And it's not really a venue, but I'd like to play Glastonbury one day.
Nice.
Got to say Rock City, unfortunately. Sorry, Derby.
It's got to be Glastonbury main stage, isn't it?
Nice. I like how you two, for both venues, have picked the same. It's like you've had a conversation about it in the
No,
past.
it's just
Just
got
lots
lots of
of
experiences
together,
there that have just really been life changing. Like a lot of the gigs I've seen have really sort of changed my view on music and stuff at Rock City.
Nice.
Like seeing Primal Scream together. A lot of the gigs we went to were the same gigs.
Like Shed 7 as well, there's
Yeah.
Primal Screaming. There's never a bad gig. Kasabian as well. That
Yeah,
was
Kasabian
brilliant.
was amazing.
That was one of our best.
DMAs, I don't know whether you went to that one.
I went to a different city to see them.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like, all of them are amazing. That's sort of really changed our outlook on music over time, I think.
So that's why you want to perform there.
Yeah.
That
It's
makes
also
sense.
got the history of like many famous bands. Like I found out the other day that I didn't know that David Bowie played it as well.
Oh,
Which is
really?
insane.
Yeah. Is it? It's a good venue. I mean, I've been multiple times, so I like it, and it's also a club, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there you go. Thursday nights. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Now, dream collaboration. So when you say it, you can say that if it's for the band or if it's for you individually playing with them, if that makes sense. So you can say, yeah, I want to play with such and such, or I think we could work well with. So go ahead.
I'm going to make it individual, and I'm just going to make it very, very different to what I'd usually say. But I'm just going to say Mike Skinner of the Streets just to make a dirty song. Just a mad, just an insane banging song. Just
Fair
funny
play.
as well.
Fair play.
I reckon playing on like The Who or something would be good. Looks like they're a proper 60s band.
So
Quite,
the whole band, or just you jumping into the Who?
Could do like a collab, both bands,
That'd be
making one big band.
A bit like a
Tom could do the Keith Moon job on that, couldn't he?
Yeah.
bit of Who with the Marseille
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's either there's probably two. It's either Alex Turner or Jamie T.
Nice.
From so many people.
With the band or on your own?
Play on my own room. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd quite like to do a song with Chemical Brothers, where like where they get like guest artists from like other indie bands and stuff.
So just you.
Yeah, just
It's all into that thing now, isn't it?
you can tell what we're all going to do when the band's finally ends.
You're all getting your careers on track
Yeah,
now.
I think we've got solo careers planned out.
Band-wise would probably be Pastel. I just think it could work because we're both quite similar.
And we're both similar age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you're listening, guys, if you fancy, you know what I mean?
There you go. Get them out there. Now this is a big one, kind of that I like to ask because you are all Derby, so you should have a good answer for this. So you've got a person, they've come in at the train station, right? Not been to Derby before. You have to show them one thing, and it's your gem of Derby to show them. So what would you say?
I'm going to say Mr. Shaw's house down Sadlergate.
There you
Honestly,
go.
honestly, probably the best shop down Sadlergate.
There you
He's got
go.
everything to offer.
And he's got your merch in.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Show me no.
Yeah.
First thing you show him.
Yeah, it's-
It's
Hey,
Crown
hey.
Jewels. It's your Crown Jewels. It's a gem.
Yeah, someone comes up to the train station. Oh, you're right, mate.
And then they can get back on the train and go home.
Good day, Doc.
Don't mind me.
Just go straight in after that, wouldn't
Show them cathedral or something. Give them a
So
little,
basic, mate.
give them a little boring history tour.
What do you know about the cathedral?
It's quite old. It's quite tall as well.
Do you know what religion practice there?
Oh,
I don't want to guess. I don't know.
Is it Catholic?
Church of
That's what I
England.
wanted to say.
Yeah, I thought so.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cathedral. Abseil down it with him, maybe? I know they do abseiling
Oh,
down
yeah.
it. There you go, yeah.
That looks fun, though.
There you
I
go.
remember that.
Yeah, I'd take him to the Bless on a Friday, Saturday night.
Shout.
That's a good
That's
shout.
where it's going, isn't it?
Take him to a Wednesday
Yeah.
quiz,
Yeah, exactly.
pizza,
Lovely time
couple of
out.
pints.
They'd love it, yeah.
Standing order, well.
Yeah, Sunday order. Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't really know anywhere that. Spondon's all right. I take
You just lied to yourself.
I like Spondon.
Not sure that's not too dark, can't you? Or that.
Oh yeah. I take him to Pride Park.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot
Pride
to say,
Park.
I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Not sure
Everyone
about
just gives too many normal or weird answers.
Yeah.
Spondon's nearby though, isn't it?
Yeah,
to
it's
try
fine,
one.
yeah.
I mean, all your term in Spondon is what? Asda?
There's Asda.
It's a nice answer though.
You got Costco.
Oh, Costco, yeah.
There's never a dull moment.
Maybe that.
Very
The
true.
field's quite good in Spondon. That's quite a nice walk.
Yeah.
It's sort of.
No, we've thought about this now.
My nan's house is in Spondon.
Yeah.
You're going to take a random to your nan's house.
Only one gem in Derby, and that's Chad Park. No, it probably would be added on to what Joe said. Sadlergate, because you could go down to Mr. Shaw's and then a little trip to BPM for your records. So what more can you want?
Nice. I like that. you've just taken them all around Derby, so it's nice. You've got the cathedral to Saddlegate, all the way to Pride Park, everywhere in between, so it's nice. And of course, finishing off in the Bless. So just to wrap it up nicely, where can people find you, connect with you, book you?
It's all on our socials. Like there's Marseille Band on everything really. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all a lot. I think we're even on TikTok, but we don't use it very much. And yeah, it should be an email link on each of them accounts. If you want to email us, it's probably the best way to get in touch so everyone sees it. So yeah, if you're interested in us, book us.
There we go. All right, thanks for all coming on, guys.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Peaking to Success podcast. If you enjoyed, please make sure you follow us on Spotify as well as Instagram, where you can see all the updates of who is coming up, as well as who has already been on the podcast, as well as Twitter, where there is information and interaction from me on there as well. Thank you.